Welcome to Ivy. Ivy is the business management software for interior designers that helps designers streamline and centralize their workflow. So, today I'm going to take you through everything that you can do on Ivy, from product sourcing to invoicing to ordering and tracking those orders, mobile time tracking. You can do it all on Ivy. Ivy is a cloud based software, and we also have an incredible mobile app available for Android devices and iPhones. But today I'm going to start with my favorite feature, which is our product clipper. The product clipper is available for download directly from your Ivy application in the top right hand corner. And the product clipper is a Google Chrome extension which lives in your browser. So you can access it on any of your favorite vendors' websites. So to start, I'm going to go ahead and toggle over to one of my favorite pieces from Bobby Burke on houzz.com. And all I need to do here is utilize the product clipper by clicking on it. Now, for select vendors, we actually do have smart sourcing available, which will automatically pull in specific fields from vendors' websites. However, let me show you how to utilize the product clipper. This will change your life when it comes to product sourcing. So to start, all that I need to do is actually click on the blue Ivy leaf button in the top right-hand corner, and I can select up to 5 different images. So if I want to show any different views, or if I want to show any different close-ups, you can add up to 5 different images. Next, I'm going to select this and add it as my product title. And I can also add my cost over here. And you'll see that Ivy also has a markup calculator function. So if you have a default markup, you can go ahead and add it to this item. However, if you wish to do something a little bit more intricate and set the client price, for example, if you wish to set this at around $5,200, you'll see that Ivy calculates the markup for you. And if your MSRP is different than the cost that you clipped as your unit cost, you can go ahead and add it here. And this will only ever show to your client if you wish to position their cost as a discount off MSRP. Otherwise, we will only show your client their price. We will hide the vendor and any information that can lead them to shopping you. Next, I can go ahead and add a client description. So maybe I want to make this a little bit vague and call this camel colored sofa in vegan leather. And you'll see where I actually have the ability to add a full product description for the vendor, which can be much more granular and much more detailed. Next, I'm going to categorize this. I can categorize this as a sofa or simply as furniture. And I'm also going to associate this with a vendor. And this vendor comes directly from my Ivy library, which I uploaded all of my favorite vendors to when I first started my Ivy account. And I can also associate this directly with a project. So I'm going to go ahead and add it to my Madison Park project. And you'll see that I can actually pre-allocate this item with one of the rooms that I have in my project. And we'll see how easy it is to utilize room boards right after this. Next, I can go ahead and add all of my vendor-facing information. So first and foremost, I can add my manufacturer. I can also add my SKU. I will add my dimensions. And you'll see how easy it is to source products online using Ivy. Next, I'm going to go ahead and add this to my color and my materials. And here I also have the ability to add my vendor description. So if I do have additional details that I wish to add that are vendor facing specifically, I can go ahead and add them over here. And this will never show to the client. And last but not least, if I want to add any internal notes, for example, cleaning notes, I can go ahead and add it to my internal notes column. And let me also add a tag for sectional, so it will be really easy to find in my Ivy library going forward. So next I can go ahead and save it. And when I come back into Ivy, I can find all of the items that I've clipped using the Ivy Clipper or manually added to the library right over here. You can also add items directly to your product library from our mobile app. So I can search through items that I've clipped in the past. For example, I can find all of the rugs that I've clipped right over here. And I can also look for that tag. So if I'm looking for any sectional sofas, I can see anything that I've tagged as sectional or has sectional in the title right over here. But instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add a couple of different rugs to my project, just as I did directly from the clipper. So I'll find a couple of items that I've clipped in the past that I want to consider and add it directly to the same project. So let's go ahead and go directly into the Madison Park project. Ivy is a project-based system, so everything that you do for the most part will be within the project itself. And I'm going to start with room boards. Room boards are an incredible way to ideate and bring ideas together on paper to present to your client in a really easy system. So I'm going to go into my living room board, which I've already created. And what you'll notice is that the sectional sofa, which I added directly from the clipper, is already allocated to this room. If I want to add any additional items, I can simply click add items and add products and services, which I've also pre-allocated. So those 3 rugs, for example, are sitting right over here in my draft sections. And I can also go through my product library. So if there are any additional items that I wish to add from my library that I haven't yet, I can do that. So let's see if I have another sofa option perhaps. And I will also add any services. So if I want to charge for labor, installation, I can go ahead and add that at this time as well. Now this room board becomes a visual representation of your room for your client. So there are a few things that you can do here. First and foremost, you can download this as a PDF and it will download all of the items on the room board as a PDF. You can also create custom tear sheets which will show with or without pricing. And what's amazing about this is that this tear sheet will be branded to your firm with your logo and the client price. We will never show any of the vendor facing details to your client. And you can also, and this is what it looks like. It looks super professional. It shows the project name, your logo, and all of the different angles for the sofa, the total client price. And you'll notice that also the client-facing description is what is shown over here. And this is super easy to make and is made for you in seconds. Next, you can also send this room board directly to your client. And you can choose whether to show your client the pricing, the quantity, or even give them the ability to approve and decline items. So this is what it looks like on the client's end. They'll receive an email with a dedicated link to this room board, and they can go through here and approve or decline any items that they wish. And what they also have the ability to do is add any comments. So for example, your client can leave a comment saying why they didn't like something, why they chose not to add something. It's totally up to them. Okay. So this room board is a live room board. As soon as I refresh my page, I'll notice in Ivy that all of the items that were marked as declined or approved on the client's end are showing as such over here. And what's amazing is that Ivy automates a lot of your workflow. So from here, from this room board, you actually have the ability to convert this to a document, whether that's a proposal or an invoice, that's up to you. And you'll notice that all you can select are approved items from the room board. And I can simply select them and convert them directly to a proposal or an invoice. And all of the different information automatically feeds to the appropriate fields. So you'll see the name, the image, the cost, the markup are already pre-populated, and you can add your shipping cost and markup over here. And it's already tagged with a room. If I wish to change the title to call this Sofa Option 1, I have the ability to do so, and it will create an alias on my client-facing side. Next, I can tag this as a specific document tag. And you'll also see that I have a default memo, which appears on all my documents. And now I can either send this to my client, or I can simply use it as my working document. So from here, I have the ability to convert this proposal to an invoice or even a purchase order in the click of a button. So let's see what that actually looks like. You can go ahead and create a purchase order, and it will allocate one purchase order per vendor, and click continue. And these purchase orders are amazing. Vendors love purchase orders from Ivy because they're super professional and they show all of the relevant details with images on the document itself. So here you have the ability to send this directly via email to your vendor, and it will send it as a PDF attachment. Or you can simply make your purchase online and upload your receipt as an attachment over here and change your status on this PO to ordered. Next, let's show you one of my other favorite parts of Ivy, which is the project tracker. The project tracker is an incredible tool because it's a smart spreadsheet that is automatically created for you to track all of the different products and services that live within your project. So here you can see all of the different items that I've added to all of my proposals, the purchase orders. You'll see them outlined over here. And what's amazing is that this will automatically break down your cost, your markup. It will show you the different items on which the proposal or purchase order, and you'll also be able to add any estimated delivery shipping dates right over here. And from here, you have a couple different things that you can do. You can download this project tracker as an Excel document, and you can also create an FF&E schedule as a PDF, which will automatically pull images and all of the relevant vendor-facing details for you to have as a great checklist for your receiving warehouse, or simply to utilize on install date to understand what is actually going on within your project. And then what you'll want to do afterwards is go back into Ivy. I'm going to go ahead and send this email to myself. And you'll see a couple different functionalities within Ivy. You can upload attachments, there's a project scheduler, and you can also create any retainers that you need to within your project. Ivy also has additional functionalities, whether it's a client list, a vendor list, the ability to track time and expense on the go, and the ability to pull reports. And with that, I hope that you will take some time to learn more about what Ivy can do for your business at your convenience. Thanks for tuning in.